Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I'm going to start and talk about Arena a little bit. So what I've decided to do is, even though I'm not the best at Arena, I'm decent enough, I learned from the best, and I wanted to sort of explain a little bit some of my teams. And I think the way that I'm gonna be doing it is I'm gonna be showing every single one of the Arena teams that I have so far, even though they constantly change and move around and I have to do different things. I need to build different champions and do different gears. I have some core of teams that actually always work for me for the sake of simple Arena, when I'm talking about like gold 4 or gold 5, or for the sake of platinum pushing. And I guess that let's straight up take the team in and find a fight to take it again. So for example, these type of teams that don't have too much, let me move myself a little bit to the left, these types of teams that don't have too much, you know, speed in them, I guess I would take around this team. So Duchess, Madame, because I don't see the Warlord, and Tranda. Basically the whole core of this team, it relies on me fighting tanky ones that don't bring, you know, Arbiter, Sifis, Yumiko, some like all of the others fast ones against this one, and it relies mostly against tanky. That's why it's called, for me, I call it versus tanky. Basically the way that I have this one do is I have it focus on Duchess being the reviver and the protector with the perfect veil that she does on her A2, and obviously when we have to, we revive. Warlord is kind of like the main one over here. If you see the high speed and the high accuracy, basically what this one does with the speed lead from Duchess, my Warlord will always go first, hopefully against these type of teams, and it will do the A3. That's why I have it set as priority and straight up lock out the enemy team. What does that mean? Unless Warlord gets 3% and gets resisted, the enemy team will always be doing A1s up until they come back to their skills. And then he also has, you know, the shield, heal, and block debuffs as well, but he's mostly the beast because of his A3 over here. After they do that, it doesn't matter that I have my other champions. Look at my Madame, it's really slow but extremely high accuracy. Same for my Trona, really slow. That does not really matter because the way that I do it, like I said, I get them locked out. Then I have my Duchess decently fast. Maybe I could even push her to be faster, and she comes straight out with the A2, puts perfect veil on everybody and the increased attack. So even though like we cover ourselves and we don't go before them, it gives the enemy team a chance to move and maybe lets one of the stone skins expires if it's unwanted, or maybe it makes the reaction accessories not proc anymore, because the reaction accessories always proc before they get their first turn. So if you hit them and you crit and the reaction procs, you basically do not inflict a critical hit. However, if they get a turn, that expires and those accessories are basically nullified. So what this one does is, like I said, you get the Warlord to lock out, Duchess to do the A2, and then basically Madame comes and strips any buffs. 1 second, sorry, puppy life, that was a little bit loud. So where was I? Yeah, so the whole idea of this team, like I said, is after each do their skills, Madame comes and strips with the A3. You always need to make sure that Madame prioritizes the A3, otherwise she likes to do the A2 randomly. So what she does with the A3 is removes all debuffs, which most of you already know, I guess. Removes all debuffs and places A with decreased defense and decreased attack. And after that happens, look at this, my Madame's like 218. She could be even like 200 speed, because it doesn't matter, just needs to be like 1 speed faster than the nuker. Then Tranda comes in and, you know, does the nuke. The Tranda can be any other nuker that you want. The Madame can be replaced by other people, like, I don't know, Ramantu. If you have Ramantu, you could bring Ramantu there. You can bring Ace Thalia. So basically it's all about removing their debuffs, because this one specializes against tanky people. So you prefer somebody that removes their buffs and puts a debuff on them. There's another one, Rian the Conjurer from the Doom Tower, that you can always also use. But let's watch how this team actually works, and it's, you know, it's usually pretty fast, unless there's like obviously lots of stone skin and maybe you don't take anything out. This one goes pretty fast. Look at that. That's a 7-second farm against I mean, to be fair, it's not the best teams in the world that I see around here to use. But like even against something like this as well, when you see an enemy Duchess as well and you see a Deacon, I mean, to be fair, it's pretty low levels. You would not expect something as high. Maybe I should let me try and do a few refreshes and see, or like one refresh. Let's see. Do I not see something that's a little bit harder? Okay, so this could be a good example. Let's say, okay, there's a Mithralander. Even though it's like, okay, you have him as speed lead, what do you have in here? You have no threat, basically, somebody that goes faster. He would be the only one that could kill us with his bombs. However, there's no boosting, nothing that could make him cut in front of us, unless he's like faster than my Warlord. If he would be faster than my Warlord, then he would not have high enough attack to actually kill us with the bombs. So this is one example of teams that we fight with this one. So see, we lock them out, they do the A1s, we protect ourselves, decrease defense weaken, and then the nuke with Tranda, and they are down. Let me see, I found another one. Okay, even against something like this, which is a really common defense that I've seen, is Lydia, Rotos, Rector, and what's his face, Vogoth. Let's like the what's it called, the nuker can be anybody else. It could be like maybe a Magnar, maybe a Mountain King. It complicates it a little bit if it's somebody that can one-shot your nuker back and then you have to revive. However, if you do the things right, you could just not revive and maybe finish with the A1s. But let's have a look at this one. Like against a team like this, normally it would be preferred, for example, to bring, instead of the Madame, you would prefer to bring here a what's this? Oh, I keep forgetting the name. Ramantu. You could bring a Ramantu because he's good to basically cancel the passives, especially for people like in case the Rotos was stunned, for example, by Tranda, he could have still be killed because we canceled his passive that makes him not be able to be one shot. Same thing for Vogoth, he would have not healed us, and you know, so on and so forth. But this one's still going. This is the reality though. Sometimes when you have force affinity, it can be tricky when you have a nuker like Tranda. You know, if that person's tanky and you also have a decreased attack, it takes a little while. One of the worst examples is facing a Wither with a team like this. But let's refresh and search again for something. Okay, even a team like this, you know, even a team like this, you can still go against it. It's a little bit tricky when there's double Rotos because there's a lot of RNG involved. Like the Rotos, even though you lock them out, their A2s are on a 2-turn cooldown. So when they do the A1, they have a chance to proc the extra turn, and that can screw us over. However, let's have a look. See, my Warlord was faster, and even you saw Mithrala was fast enough, and even if we had some debuffs, which we do not, she would have cleansed. That's the idea why you want, after the lockout and the Duchess, you want these two to be slower and preferably close to each other. Like I would prefer to have the Madame be like, I don't know, 190 speed, and then have Tranda be 186. So they're really close to each other. So as soon as my debuffer, which is Madame in my case, as soon as my debuffer removes their buffs, like does this one, I want to make sure that my nuker is straight up after it as soon as possible, because otherwise, if you have somebody like Mithrala that's maybe slower, and I debuff and then Mithrala comes and cleanses, it kind of ruins the purpose. So maybe mine's not perfectly optimized now, but it still worked. Still debuff, I still strip them, still debuff them, and then I nuke with my nuker, which is Tranda. So this type of team, it's pretty awesome. It works pretty easy, and honestly, even when I'm going in plat against teams like this, it always kind of works the same. It only maybe sometimes takes a little bit longer if there's lots of stone skin. If there's lots of stone skin, then I just need to do one or two, just need to wait 1 or 2 turns. For example, something like this can become a little bit complicated because Kendrufon can retaliate and one-shot the Tranda. But let's have a look. For example, this is a pretty common team that you would see in plat. So see, we lock them out, we protect ourselves. She tried to debuff, obviously cannot do that. A3, that's it, they're dead. So this is how this team actually works. If there were lots of stone skins, the way that you can do it to try and avoid using your nukes straight on the stone skins, just A1 with your champion, A1 with your nuker, let them have a turn so the stone skin expires, and then continue with your other skills. So for example, if you see there are lots of stone skins, you A3 with Madame, it doesn't go out, you go with the A2, and then you start killing always the threat, obviously. So in case you don't straight up kill them, always go for the threat. Threat in generals are revivers first, and then nukers, whichever there will be. Like this is kind of a weird team. So this is not something that you would, I guess, see at the higher levels. But yeah, let's have a look at the masteries though and talk a little bit about masteries, about how this team actually works. So when it comes to Warlord, I straight up have him in triple perception and accuracy banner. He's an accuracy banner with speed, the best I have. Fortunately, I don't have a better one. And then a banner that gave me some accuracy. If it's a cleansing or reaction one as well, it helps. I mean, I have this reaction ring on him because I'm using him in defense as well. Normally, you would not really want to have reaction on people that are really fast, but I guess if you're using the same people that use in offense in defense as well, you might be attacked and they might be faster than you. So giving you that little chance not to be crit and to survive can actually be helpful. So that's the reason why I have one reaction accessory on him as well. When it comes to masteries, obviously straight up anything that boosts my accuracy and speed. That's why you definitely want Aura Steel. That's why you definitely want to have Eagle Eye, and then Evil Eye as well, because you know you could A1 and push the turn meter back to help you go in front of them in case you have to, or maybe delay somebody getting a turn that could be a threat for you. At the same time, it's always good when you're talking about arena. It's like 99% of the time, if you're going support, you're gonna go defense as well, like if support is your main, because in the defense you have the resistance that can help you a little bit. You have the improved parry that if you get crits, you don't, you know, you get 8% less damage, so you're not going to be killed. Then you take Wisdom of Battle, which can help you in case you get one of the CC debuffs. You have a chance that after it falls down to put a block debuff on yourself for one turn, which can be extremely clutch most of the time. And it's, you know, RNG. Throw as much RNG in your team as possible. And then you come down to this way and you take Resurgent, which is like the best. The Resurgence is the best mastery in the game and the most broken one. Like, it straight up has a chance to remove one debuff if your champion loses 25% HP or more. Then delay death in case the fight goes longer, it helps you survive. And normally you would take something like Cycle of Revenge. However, for example, I did not take it because I have my team speed tool in such a way that I use him as my anti in my anti-hedgy team, and in that one I do not want him to proc this one, so he gets in front in case he gets crit. I want my cleanser to always go first, so that's why I avoided the Cycle of Revenge to be taken here. And then last one, Retribution. I guess I could have taken Selfless Defender or whatever, but I said, you know what, let's just go Retribution. And yeah, these are his stats. Like I said, passed with high accuracy. It's pretty intense. Like, I used lots of Sistar glyphs to hit these stats. But normally it's like, you know, try to find the balance depending on your level. Like, maybe you could lower the accuracy and the speed, and it might still work in early Gold 5, for example. My nuker, obviously straight up Savage plus Cruel. These are her stats. Like, she's pretty decent, cannot complain. For no empowerment and not full Faction Guardians, I'm happy with this one. These are the standard nuker masteries, so like from what I've seen, like 99% of the time these are the masteries that you go for the nuker, especially on the offense tree. On the defense you can change, you can go some resist, you can go support depending who you use, but for the offense you definitely want to go this way and around this way. Maybe this one swap over here. Then for the Duchess, for example, my Duchess runs a Swift Parry, like over 200. I want her to be over 250 speed for the sake of Arena, and for the sake of Doom Tower, and for the sake of Hydra. Use it in this build everywhere, and this works. 250 is good enough with high survivability stats, high HP and high defense. And I didn't really focus the resist or anything else, just the set, and obviously as much reaction as you can get, because she's usually gonna be in your defenses as well, because she's pretty good. And then these are the masteries that you would want to go on somebody like a Duchess, especially time intervention. Usually 99, again, all with the 99%. You know, I say 99% because there's always that niche situation, but 99% of the time on your revivers you're gonna always want to run timely intervention, because obviously when somebody's getting close to dying, their reviver gets their HP boosted, or if they die, just before they die, the reviver still gains this turn meter boost. If you don't have, for example, a Duchess, you could try and use a Brogni instead. However, it's Duchess is better obviously because of the speed lead and because it puts the perfect veil. But if you do not have that, obviously just put in Brogni in there, and Brogni is going to be helpful enough because he provides the same thing. He provides increased attack, he provides the the block debuffs, and he provides you a shield for a little bit of survivability. So you just copy paste this, speeds and then survivability stats. Obviously, you would lose the lead, which is kind of important, 90%, but obviously if you don't have a Duchess, you have to adapt. And then Madame, like I mentioned again, Madame is just full out accuracy, 218 speed and 837 accuracy. Like this one could be lower, like I said. If you lock them out with the Warlord, you can get it lower and it could still work wonders. And these are the Madame masteries, again, defense tree and then support. Like because of what I explained, for example, we're trying to get your debuffer to be as close to your nuker, I might even have to reset the masteries and just take out the cycle of revenge, because obviously if this procs, Madame goes in front, you know, Madame goes ahead and she might just strip, and then let's, for example, like their Mithral or something, if they resist, they can cleanse, and then your nuker will not have such a good chance of nuking them down without the decreased defense. But yeah, the support, you obviously want to go Eagle Eye, same thing, a lot of steel, and obviously Arcane Celerity because she puts the debuffs, and everything that helps with the debuffs, this is what you would choose. But yeah, this was the first team that I showcased today, and you know, I want to make, maybe, I don't know, maybe once a week, or I might have more this week. I want to start showing these types of teams, because I see many people that have these champions and they're like, they want to try and progress in arena and try to know how to use them better. It's like, you know, I'm not talking about like highest end of plat level. I'm not the best at that. I don't have the champions and I don't have the gear and the empowerment, but I've learned a lot, like I mentioned, from other people, and I'm trying to, you know, help and share the information that I've got myself and my teams that I'm using, to try and give ideas to more of you guys watching that, you know, maybe you're struggling in arena, maybe you want to try and push back at a certain point and don't know how to build your champs. Well, this is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to help you out with the info. But this is gonna be it for the video today. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care. Bye, guys.